and welcome back to my channel. Please forgive me, I'm wearing the same clothes as that video about cyberbullying, but that's a good video by the way. Please make sure to check it out. First of all, make sure to like this video if you like the setup, like me, like anything about this channel, because that's how YouTube knows you like the video and you would like to watch more. Anyway, today's topic is very interesting, guys. So if you guys did not know, hi, my name is Bhairavi. The light is about to fall off. I'm from an army family. My father was in the paramilitary forces called ITBP, which stands for Indo-Tibetan Border Police. Very proud, and there were a lot of rules that you have to follow as an army kid, which later in life I just started to include in my life without knowing it. And upon meeting other people, I realized I have these habits which come from the fact that I was in the army. So I thought it'll be interesting for you to find out as well what a life of a army kid is. So if you're interested, make sure to keep watching. The weird rules that army kids have to follow have to do a lot about how you are perceived and how you portray yourself. It was very important for my father as well. So there are rules in the army which might seem very superficial, but that's just how the life is. Number one, we can't wear open toe shoes outside. So you always have to wear covered shoes when you're out of the house, especially when you're going to parties. So we have parties. What you watched in Rustam, we do have parties every week. And if you're at the China border, there's nothing to do. So these parties are the only thing you look forward to. Sometimes it would be every night, sometimes it would be every week. They were very boring for the kids, but the food was good and you get to dress up. So why not? Because of which, I'm not able to go out of the house in chappals nowadays because I just think that's not it. I would not. In Bombay, I would now, but there would be like nice outgoing slippers, but not chappal. I've never been out of the house in chappal, I think, and I think it's a classy rule. I still follow it to this day. It's just automatic for me. Not going in nightwear or pajamas out of the house and having nice pajamas. So when you're an officer kid, you have people working for you there who work around the house and everything, and my father was very particular about how you are portrayed in front of the people who work for you. I'm getting another call, I'm sorry. So people usually would go down the house in pajamas and everything. Until recently, I would not do that, and people would think, oh, what does she think of herself? She thinks she's too fancy. No, it's just a rule in the army. You're not supposed to leave your house as an officer kid in your pajamas. You're supposed to dress well. If not dressed formally, you're supposed to dress in smart casuals when you step out of the house. Now I do, but I'm going to be honest, my pajamas are nice enough that I can go out of the house. So, another rule is that in the army, you have to greet everyone you meet, because it's not like, oh, I don't know you, why would I speak to you? It's all about we are all a family in the army. So whoever you meet, you're supposed to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Now that helped in my industry because even in aviation, if somebody is from my company, I will just greet them because we are family, because we work in the same company. When you are training actually to be a cabin crew, they tell you to greet every single human in the office. So for me, that was not so weird because I would do that anyways. But one thing which I learned because of that, in fact, I was having a conversation with my mother this morning and she said, what? People don't know this? Okay, before I tell you, do you know what time is morning, what time the afternoon starts, and what time the evening starts? Do you know the black and white, what's like the time? Put that in the comments below. I'll wait. Are you done? Okay, so according to the army, I was taught afternoon starts at 12 p.m. and evening starts at 4 p.m. I had a conversation with a friend and my friend said, no, my evening starts at 5. I said, no, if you're supposed to greet somebody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, you need to know these times, and these are the black and white times. So literally we would have to, if we're seeing somebody coming, we have to be like, okay, it's 12 p.m. Good afternoon. Since as I said, there were people around in the house, of course you're not supposed to eat with your hands. It's a very Indian thing, of course, but in the parties, mostly the food will be rice. If there's roti, okay, roti you can't not use your hands, but with rice you always use a spoon. Right now is the first time when I'm living with Indians in my house, so everyone eats with hands when it comes to rice. So the first time I ate here, actually they pointed out, oh, you don't eat rice with your hands, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't. Like, say I'm not in the army house, I'm not with the workers, we are with the family in Delhi. If I'm eating with hands there, I won't remember to eat with the spoon there. So it's about, and when we go to a party in front of people, I would have the habit of it. So my father and mother make sure that we eat with a spoon every single meal. So now I'm just used to it. Of course I know how to eat with hands, and sometimes I would, but I mean, some meals you need to eat with hands. You need to get the feel, like rajma chawal, you need to eat with hands. And I am as Indian as can be, because I was posted at the borders where my father is fighting for the country, but people think I'm trying to be non-Indian by not eating by hands. One more thing that I would like to add to is English. I did not know this. I met a friend from school after a really long time, and she pointed out that yeah, army kids are just different. You can just spot them out. That's why you are so different. And I said, huh? But in the army, it's encouraged a lot. All the other officer uncles and aunties, you speak to them in English. The culture is a lot about learning and being knowledgeable. Like this is the incident I always say. There used to be this uncle, anytime he would pass you, you would just know it's about to be a Q&A session. Like anytime you would pass, good afternoon uncle, he would be like, oh, so what have you been studying, blah blah blah, and he would be like, okay, so tell me how to spell giraffe. I can never forget the spelling of giraffe, because that used to be the most difficult spelling of an animal for me at the time, and he would always ask that. In that sense, I've always been into like reading books, this, that, because it's really encouraged in the army. That's that. Of course, discipline and everything comes with that. Sleeping at a certain time, because it was encouraged in the army. Again, not every army kid is going to be like this. Same goes with me being in Frankfurt, me being in aviation. People say, oh, I got nothing from Frankfurt, but it's about what you take from it. For me, whatever we learned in army, we did take it in our life, apply it in our life otherwise as well. Same thing with Frankfurt. I applied it, I made use of it, so I think it was useful for me. I still make sure to follow these rules from the army, and that is why I might do some things differently that you might not, and might think that I'm thinking too highly of myself. I think I'm too fancy. I'm just from the army. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions about what army life is like, what army kids have to go through, I've been there at the posting, so just ask away. Ask me any rumors you might have heard, and I'll definitely make sure to tell you if it's true or not. And I will see you in another video. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, follow me on my Instagram. I'm very regular there, and on my vlog channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care, love you guys.